Hello, Eternum, and welcome to KOTT News, Eternum's #1 source for news. And this is the War Report. Dynamic change in the history of Eternum last night as the Bob Ross backup dancers win in their vote to unionize the Ebonscale Backup Dancers Guild. And the forces of the Great Khan capture the freshwater reserves of the northernmost region of Morningdale. We caught up with an agent for the dancers after their victory in Ebonscale.
Yeah, it was a little jiggling and shaking, trying to get things set up in the right positions to get that big wipe you want to take it out and take the space. So took a few minutes longer than I personally would have hoped. I think our shot caller was perfectly happy with the way things went, though. So shout out to Hundo Extendo. He did a great job shot calling for us, telling us that this is where everyone should die, and then they do. It's amazing.
After a quick refresh in the hot springs, KOTT News crews traveled to Morningdale just in time and were able to get immediate reactions from the winners.
I feel it went really great. It was a great war. Like you said, they wiped, it was a little tough getting in the door there, but once we got in, we kept getting in, we kept hammering them, and we took it.
Indeed. Is there anybody whose efforts out there you might like to highlight?
Oh, of course. Our glorious leader, Hong Zhong Longsong, the man, the legend, the myth.
Turning to the weather, and it's looking more and more like a sunny day will never not be until a modest El Nino coming in from the south will blow into the island, dredging up a 30% chance of invasions. 3 rosters submitted for Simulated Fantasy Combat Resolution tonight, brought to you by LARPco. Remember, if it isn't LARPco, it's cardboard. Starting things off, the Covenant forces of Lost Templar assault the Syndicate forces of Searing Void for control of the secondary oil reserves of Cutlass Keys. Lost Templar have been unsuccessful in securing land rights for their pipeline project, so now they've come to secure the source. Searing Void had previously negotiated to help maintain the pipeline, but unconfirmed reports now indicate the permits were not officially issued. Then, the Marauders of Barangay Alab assail the Syndicate forces of Perplexuals for control of the master fishing port town of Freakwater. The Barangay forces of Alab have identified the best spots for angling and boating, and they're trolling into the swamp to claim them. Perplexual forces are recovering from last night's loss in Morningdale, but with their attention now focused on Freakwater alone, they're sure to fight at their best. In the late night nightcap, the Syndicate forces of Perplexuals attack the Marauders of Alab PH for Crown and Kingdom of the Western Monarch's Bluff. Turns out the Perplexual forces are hungrier than first reported, participating in a doubleheader tonight with the Alab forces. For the Alab forces, tonight's outcomes could leave them elated or deflated. Will they go for the win or play to defend? We'll have the outcomes and reactions from the citizens tonight at 11. Until then, this has been War Correspondent JChalant, KOTT News.